Hi everyone, it's Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And I'd like to say a big welcome to episode number 28 of my Question of the Day series. I can't believe we're already up to episode 28. Time flies when you're having fun, as they say. I hope you're really enjoying this series as much as I am presenting it to you. And I hope you're finding the tips that I'm sharing every day really helpful and practical. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, the topic for today is, or the question for today is, how long should I practice every single day? That's a really good question. How long should I practice my English every day? Look, this is a question we all ask ourselves. We all want to have that magic number. We all want to know how long we need to spend doing something in order to get results. Well, I'm here to change your way of thinking, I suppose, so that you don't focus on a number, so that you don't focus on a time anymore. I'm here to help you think a little bit differently and realize that this answer is different for everyone. Okay? Every single person has commitments, has different goals, has a different schedule, has a different motivation. We all have different things, I suppose, stopping us from learning or even pushing us to learn. So, the answer to this question, in brief, is the answer is different for every single person, for each individual, for me, for you, for someone else. So let's have a look together, and I'll go into a bit more detail about why we should look at this question a little bit differently and what we should focus on instead of just time. So, number one, why should I learn? Oh, sorry, how long should I practice every day? Well, it all depends on your goals. What are your goals with the English language? Why are you learning English in the first place? The amount of time that you should spend learning and practicing English really depends on why you are learning English. It depends on what your English goals are. Are you preparing for an English exam? Are you going to live or work in an English speaking country? Do you want to get a better job? Are you learning English so that you can travel? Or is it just for fun? Only you can answer this question and determine how motivated you actually are to learn English and to achieve your goals. So, don't answer the question, how long should I practice every day? Instead, answer the question, why am I learning English? What motivates me to learn English? And your answer to this question will determine how motivated you are and how much time you yourself want to dedicate to English. Next, how much time do you have? Well, obviously, we need to think about how much time we realistically have for learning English. Look at your daily schedule and see how much time you can realistically dedicate to English learning and English practice. We need to be realistic. We can't say 5 hours English practice every day because that won't happen. So have a look at your schedule, at the things you do every day. And what are the most essential things that you must do every day, that must be on your list? Do you have a regular routine? Have a look at that routine. Maybe even write it on a piece of paper. Okay, and then look at that list and think, where in your day can you add some English time? Where can you add some English time? Don't overdo it, obviously. Okay, as I said, 5 hours. Yep, too much. But a small amount of time dedicated to English every day as part of your schedule is much better than no time at all. I'm sure you agree with me there. So even if you can only schedule 15 minutes a day for your English, that will make a huge difference. You know, why? Because if it's in your schedule and if you do it every day, it will be a habit. You know, your English time will be natural. You will do it every day before you go to sleep at night. But again, be realistic. Don't focus on how long you should spend. Instead, focus on how much time do I have? How much time can I set aside to focus on English? Next, look, it's really important for you to focus on the right things. Even if you're only spending a short amount of time on English learning and practice every day, you want to make sure that that time is used correctly. So it's important to realize that you need to focus on all skill areas. Okay? Don't make the mistake of focusing only on one English skill. You know, just learning vocabulary won't help you become a better communicator. Just focusing on writing won't help you become a better communicator. You know, we need to focus on all skill areas and not neglect any of them at all. If you really want to improve your English skills and push yourself to the next level, that includes all of the skill areas: speaking, listening, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. Wow! One, two, three, four, five, six. That is 7 skills. Hey, we have 7 days a week, don't we? Maybe what you could do is to focus on one skill every day. That's a good idea, or a few skills every day if you have a little bit more time. But again, make sure that by the end of the week, by the end of those 7 days, you have covered all of the skill areas and you have done something to learn and practice for each skill area. So don't ask the question, how long should I practice every day? Instead, ask the question, which skill area will I focus on today? And you will get much better results if you think in that way instead. And next, it's important to plan your English learning. Obviously, the longer you can spend on English, the better. But we all have commitments, and all of our commitments are different. We all have different schedules. We all have different goals. We all have different things that we find important. And there's never enough hours in the day. I'm sure you agree with me. Time is very precious and very rare. So we need to use our time the best way we can. I guarantee that if you plan your learning in advance, if you set aside some time every day for your English, it will happen. Okay? If you don't plan your English learning, I am certain that you will skip it completely, that you won't do any English practice because time is precious. You're busy, you're stressed, you're tired. So Make sure you plan your learning in advance. Set aside the time, write it on your schedule, and you'll have a much higher chance to do it if you've thought about it in advance, if you've planned it in advance. So don't ask the question, how long should I practice every day? Instead, ask the question, have I planned for English learning today? So, very quick summary here of the most important points for you to remember from today. Number one, your goals determine your motivation. You know, the amount of time you spend on English every day and how motivated you are to find the time to practice and to learn all depends on what your goals are, depends on why you are learning English. So be aware of that. Your goals will motivate you. If you don't have goals, then you have no motivation to learn. Number two, be realistic about your time. Ask yourself, how much time do I have today and every day? We need to dedicate some special time to English in our busy day, but we need to be realistic about it. Don't say you'll spend 5 hours studying, it won't happen. Okay, even if we just have 15 minutes of regular English time, it's much better than nothing at all. I'm sure you agree. And number three, I need you to focus on all skill areas. Don't make the mistake of neglecting particular skill areas because they're boring or difficult. If you want to improve your English, you need to practice and learn speaking, listening, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. So make the time to practice and learn about all of them throughout the week. Okay? Don't ask the question, how long should I practice? Instead, which skill should I focus on today? And number four, obviously, we've talked about this a lot, plan your learning. Because if you plan it in advance, there's a much higher chance that you will do it. I'm right, aren't I? Okay, a quick bonus tip from me. Look, 1 hour of English practice every day is absolutely perfect. However, we all have commitments. We're all busy. We've all got things to do. So don't think that you need to spend 1 hour because more than 1 hour is great, but less than 1 hour works really well too. What is more important is consistency and realizing that you need to make English learning and practice a regular daily habit. So find the time for English every single day, whether it's 5 to 10 minutes or 2 to 3 hours. The number does not really matter. What is much more important is that you are consistent and you have that regular practice time, that regular learning time. And that, my friend, is the key to success in the English language. Don't forget it. If you've got any questions at all about today's session, or if you've got any other questions you'd like me to answer about learning the English language, please get in touch. I'd love to help you. That's what I'm here for. So please do ask, and a future episode may be dedicated to your question. If you enjoyed what I had to say today and you found my tips helpful, you might also enjoy being part of my learning community. So come and join me and thousands of English learners from around the world on my Facebook page, in my Facebook group, over on my YouTube channel. You can also visit my website and my blog. And coming really, really soon, we have my wonderful online courses and learning library. So, I say a big thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Question of the Day series and that what I had to say really opened your eyes to thinking a different way. Don't ask yourself the question, how long should I practice? Anymore. Instead, ask yourself the question, what is my goal with learning English? What is my why? Also, ask yourself the question, how much time do I have realistically today for my English? Also, ask yourself the question, which skill area will I focus on today? And finally, ask yourself the question, have I planned for English today in my schedule? So, some lovely tips there. I hope they've helped. Come back again tomorrow for episode 29. It's a good one. And if you enjoyed episode 28 today, please share it with your family and friends. I'd really love that, and I'm sure that they would too. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again, or I hope